Hey, everybody out there, it's old Jackie Bros.
You know what that is.
It better not be no refreshers.
A what?
Refreshers.
No, Jackie, that was last week I had a refresher. No, it's an ice cold beer. Shit. I'm going to get drunk.
Hey,
That's how I roll.
I don't.
And I hope when I said that, all y'all listening at home, this is your good friend Dunlap, or in your car, as soon as I said, I'm going to get drunk, you went, woo, yeah.
Oh.
That's why I said it, to get
Well,
that
there ain't
pop.
but a bunch of 14-year-olds listening to this. I guarantee you, I don't know who listens to it, but they ain't below the age of 36 years old.
You don't think we have one person? Well, first of all, 30 people over the age of 36 can woo and yell
At a
and
concert
get drunk.
show or something.
Yeah, exactly.
At a concert show when you're out or go, but no, not on listening in the car. Nobody does that.
When Kid Rock's like, you put in a Kid Rock CD and he raps, let's get effed up. And you drive in your car, you go, yeah, Kid Rock. You may not yell it real loud, but you'll nod.
Why would anybody go woo-woo or to another 40-year-old drinking a beer? What do they care? They don't give a damn. That's probably what they're doing.
Well,
It ain't nothing to woo. I'm 40-something years old drinking at,
I think if you
1 in the afternoon.
If you made it that far and you've got the freedom in your life to enjoy a cold beverage at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, do yourself a favor. Go woo. Woo
No.
yourself. Woo where you are in your life, that things have turned out this well for you. And just go woo. Give yourself permission to love
All right.
yourself and to woo yourself.
Nobody's out there. You say whatever you want. Ain't nobody going, woo-woo, or anything like that.
So
Listen
if
to
you're
this.
out there between the ages of 35 and, say, 54, and you're drinking in the middle of the afternoon and listening to a podcast, let me hear you go, woo!
Pitiful.
All right.
Are you done? I'm
Let's
I'm
get
gonna
this
do-
show on the road,
I
man.
don't have a sponsor this week, but I do have an older sponsor who cannot give me $25, but I still want to mention him on here to everybody. And he appreciates the support that he has gotten. He's getting letters every day. Dr. Bergman appreciates it. He's still in lockup. They still got him in a holding cell. Because Don Podge is his lawyer, and of course he told him he didn't owe anybody a red cent. Don't pay no bond. You don't owe it. You don't owe America nothing. You
don't pay for your freedom.
You don't pay for your freedom in this world today. You shouldn't have to anyway. So he did not post bond. He is currently behind bars, and he appreciates all the letters he's getting. He's real popular in there. They love him down there. He's just like Birdman Alcatraz, except it's Dr. Birdman Coley's jail. Coley's prison, that is. He's down in there, and he's going to keep him there. The trial's coming up soon. Don Podge is his representation. I don't know who the judge is yet. I don't know what the chances are. But he ain't going to end up down there. He'll get out. It's a waste to have a man of his stature locked up in there. And now Don Podge didn't get involved until the feds got involved. Something about illegal traffic and this and that. I don't think any of that's true. And I'm sure Dr. Birdman and Don Podge are gonna let them know right away. If they try any of this bull hockey, Don Podge will serve it right back. So he appreciates his support, Dr. Birdman, that is. Keep sending them cards and letters. It makes him feel good in there. Word on Hurtbird is that now, don't go out there and believe everything you hear. There's people come in the store yesterday said they had him on an Air Force base doing experiments on him. Now, that's bull. Animal Control still claim that they have Hurtbird or the remains of Hurtbird. Nobody knows what kind of shape the animal is in at this point. That's another reason they need to get Dr. Birdman out of there, get Hurtbird back. But don't people just start saying the craziest thing? He ain't at an Air Force base. They ain't getting his blood and doing experiments, cutting parts of him up. They ain't doing none of that. That's crazy talk. He's in animal control here, Murfreesboro Animal Control. They claim to have hurt bird or the remains of hurt bird.
I heard that. I heard they got him locked up down in the archives, like down in the Raiders' basement.
What do you mean, Raiders' basement? What are you, Blue Raiders? MTS?
Yep, in the basement of the Blue Raiders practice hall.
That don't make any sense.
Well, everybody that come into contact with Heartbird, they said for animal control. You tell me. I heard 3 different people work for animal control down there with Heartbird or the remains of Heartbird, and they went insane. They went mad. That's 3 different people from animal control. I know it's a stressful job.
That's what I'm saying. They did go crazy. 3 of them went crazy, but I don't think it's just because of Heartbird. Now, we said at the height of his health, Heartbird, when he look you in the eye, you'd care, you'd get scared. You know, he'd
see into the depths of your soul.
Well, that's what I don't know about that. He just have a look to him that, you gonna look away first. I put it that way. But these people, it's not proven just because of Heartbird. Every day getting possums out from underneath the house and raccoon, everything they got to deal with. Anybody go crazy dealing with vermin on a regular basis.
So take that with a grain of salt.
That's what I'm saying. It ain't because of Heartbird, the remains of Heartbird, or God help me. Now, this is ridiculous. There ain't no such things as ghosts. There just ain't. That's legend, superstition. People say that, and there's people claiming that it is not Heartbird or Heartbird's remains, but the ghost of but that animal control. Why would it come into that outside it being a ghost of a bird?
They don't deal with ghosts.
Nobody does because they ain't real. That's the main point I'm trying to make.
But if you call animal control up and say, "Can you get a ghost of a raccoon that's crawled up under the house out?" They'll be like, "No, sorry, that's not what we cover."
Well, there ain't no ghost. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Now, why did animal control move it to underneath the MTSU Blue Raiders training facility? They were just running out of people. Nobody else that worked there would do it, so they got some water boys from the football team. They're the ones that are dealing with the remains. Unless, of course, the U.S. government has the remains or body or ghost of Heartbird and is conducting experiments on it.
That's just bull hockey.
Well, Don Podge is the one that told me that.
Well, Don Podge will say whatever he can. You got to understand he's trying to get the public on one side or the other. I'm sure he's a good attorney, but his job is to get to sway, is to distract, get away from Dr. Birdman and put on a little show, kind of like some razzle-dazzle. That's just how lawyers are or have to be in this day and age, as we all know.
Don Podge become a lawyer?
I didn't realize he was a lawyer. I don't know. I'm not sure if that happened over his stay.
At Bundy Ranch. He may have got a degree at Bundy Ranch.
Well, I think Bundy Ranch was handing out certificates, or, you'd go through training at Bundy Camp or whatnot, so you will know the law well enough for when the government tries to come take your land.
I know Don Podge has defended himself in a couple of other run-ins with the law, and I guess if you do that enough times, serve as your own attorney, that you can do it.
Well, I'll say this: he ain't in jail, is he? He's still walking around.
He is a master of disguise.
He did have to go into hiding on a few occasions now, but I think whatever that muss has subsided at this point. That ain't
his skills as a master of disguise. What I would do if I were him to represent Dr. Birdman, who I don't care whether Dr. Birdman lives or dies, honestly.
Hey.
But I would disguise myself as Matlock, and I'd walk into that room in a rumpled suit and a briefcase, papers hanging out of it, all full of folksy charm. And I cannot imagine there's a Rutherford County jury that would convict Dr. Birdman if he were represented by Matlock, or even if they knew it was Don Podge pretending to be Matlock. I still think they'd appreciate the effort.
Well, yeah. That's, you put in the effort, you do a good job, you ought to get. And Matlock, he never lost a case. I think 1 or 2, but there's something fishy about it. It didn't, it wasn't cut and dry.
Yankees.
Yeah.
Why could Dr. Birdman of Alcatraz Coley's prison not give you $25? Couldn't he give you jail dollars?
He needs all the
Cigarettes?
money he can get right now. I know you don't want to pay the government none, but Don Bodge ain't the government. He has a fee for what he's doing.
He's not a lawyer, but he's got a fee. That's the first step.
I say he is certified some kind of lawyer. I know that. I don't know what kind yet. But I don't know all that legal jargon.
Who is sending Dr. Birdman cards and letters in support? Who's doing that?
He said everybody out there, everybody listens on here. He said for me to thank, a lot of people never been to Rutherford County and just know him from listening on here. They never seen any of these exotic birds of his.
And they all escaped or were burned up.
Well, what happened, Well, there ain't nothing left. We're lucky me and you left living.
Well, Don Jekyll Jr. said that he ain't got card nor letter one, and he said to fuck all y'all.
Hey,
he's in jail too, just like Dr. Birdman.
He belongs in jail. That's where he's in and out of all the time.
I mean, the feds ain't coming down on him because he didn't traffic in illegal sale
whatever he did.
It
don't matter what they did because he's a repeat offender. This will be like this has got to be his 8th or 9th strike.
Yeah. Luckily in Rutherford County, folks, I don't know but we have a 9-strike rule.
Well,
so it all comes down to this one. It's just 9
he's
strikes.
Getting closer and closer to that 9.
So it just depends on who's the judge. Just like for Dr. Birdman, whoever judge is, I mean, I hope he takes a liking to Don Jekyll Jr. Don Jekyll Jr. said his greatest hope is if his father would come forward and speak on his behalf and say that he was going to work with him and get his son back on the straight and narrow. He's sorry they blew up all the stuff they blew up on the 4th of July, but it was really Dr. Birdman's fault.
Oh, it wasn't no such thing. If it was just he was left alone to do what he was going to do, and old Don Jekyll Jr. didn't show his face, and everywhere he goes, Don Jekyll Jr., there's trouble. And now it started that it's so much trouble he's taking. If you're just there with him, you're going down too. Don't get anywhere near that man. He's a criminal. Everything he does is wrong. Dr. Birdman's did nothing but bring joy to the women and children up south northeast over here, driving up and down. All he does is bring a smile to your face, or at least gets empathy from you because the bird is as sick as it is. And everybody needs to be reminded, what the world's like. There's help and there's no help. You don't get no help, a bird gonna die. Dig deep in your pockets, and he still wants you to dig deep in your pockets for hurt bird, wherever hurt bird is, whatever kind of shape hurt bird is. We just have to assume, because there's been no ruling that he's dead, but injured. And some people say ghost. That's a bunch of bull hockey. I don't care how many people go crazy. It's like I said, there's plenty of reasons to go crazy in this world. Don't need no ghost. Make up something for things to get worse. But anyway, any contributions you give, it is going to hurt bird as far as we know. And also some of that's going to go to Don Podge for his legal defense. So he wanted to thank you. I waive that $25. In fact, I turned that $25, just handed it right over to them. So we going the other way on this one today, because some people need it more than you.
Way to go, Jackie. We're losing money on a podcast.
Well, somebody's life and what they provide for this world is more popular than any podcast I ever heard of, or ever it will be.
Podcast. Well, then they still ain't heard from his henchman, Jimmy.
Well, he's missing. I don't know if he's not
missing.
Necessarily
he's on the land
right now, Jimmy. If you listen, I know he ain't, because I don't know how would he listen. I don't know where he's gonna get a computer.
I'm not sure his hearing was intact.
Well, whatever reason he ain't listening, but just if you know, Jimmy, get this information. They just gonna want you there. They don't want you to. They ain't gonna arrest you. They just going to subpoena you, show up as a witness. That's all they say. So don't run from the police, Jimmy. get in the car with them. They're going to bring you in. You give a statement, and they'll let you right back out on the freeway. So they ain't coming to get you. Don't run. Get that to Jimmy if you're listening. They just need you to testify. Need you as a witness. They just need to. And if you didn't say nothing, then you didn't say nothing. You just tell them that. But you need to tell them something, but you ain't under arrest. They got no warrant for you. So pass that on to Jimmy. If you see him, like I said, I know he ain't listening to this, but if you see him out on the highway, wherever, just pull over and let him know.
So that's Dr. Birdman.
That's why do you say it? It's my thing. I say it. Dr. Birdman appreciates all you support. Keep sending, just if you got $15, send $15. If you already got 5 cents, send 5 cents. Anywhere in that range or more.
That seems like a waste of time, honestly, send 5 cents somewhere.
Well, no, it ain't. That stuff adds up. I know it's a waste of time for you.
Cents.
I know that's a waste of time for you, but that adds up. If a lot of people, that's all they got to send in, then he's at least getting something.
If I ever get in a situation where I need people to send me money and all you guys 5 cents, keep that damn 5 cents. I don't want it.
Fine.
It's more of a hassle. Roll up a dang roll of quarters. You know how long that takes?
All right. Ain't nobody going to give you anything anyway. Ain't nobody going to give you any money for nothing, no matter what you say.
Folding money.
Enough.
Presidents on
That's fine. You can want whatever you want when the time comes, and I tell you, I sure as hell ain't going to give it because you be working off that beer you drinking right now. That's you got about 5-10 years of beer drinking that you owe me. So I don't ever need to give you 5 cents to a penny, none of it.
Jackie, my sponsor this week. Folks, if you want to know more of the story, we didn't really preface that with any sort of backstory, but you can hear it all go down on the episode. What's it called? I don't know. I think it says Ghost Bird in the title. It's the one right after 4th of July.
And I don't have control over when you title these things. I wouldn't. See, that's how these things get.
That may be how it got started.
People start saying you put Ghost Bird down, and everybody goes, "Oh, what's that, Ghost Bird?" And then they hear the story and think, "Oh, it's a specter bird out there." Isn't it bad enough that we had a bird as big as he was, the color of the sky flying out there? Why do you got to make up Ghost? The reality of it, just him being loose.
It does seem like one step too far.
That seems you're taking it too far. Leave it at what it is. Why would anybody say a ghost? It don't make any sense. Now things look funny because the lightning hit and the explosion and the light. From an angle, people looked like something was leaving. The bird was leaving its body, but that's just because I think half of it. I think is because your head was shaking so much, everything blurry. Everybody's head was shaking because the rattling of all the noise in the ground. I mean, it make it. Anybody get a concussion, you get your head shaking that much, it's gonna look like a ghost or whatever. That's what I think half the time people happen when they saw Bigfoot or something. There's an earthquake before, and then they think they say, whatever, something wrong.
People would know if there was an earthquake before you seen Bigfoot. They would not. That would be in the newspaper. People tweet that as soon as the earthquake happens. Like, do y'all feel that?
Well, right after that, they'd be tweeting that, look, Bigfoot.
And how come with all these fracking earthquakes, it seems like people be seeing Bigfoot all over the place?
Well,
now.
This is back in. Nowadays, they've moved on. Now they moved on to ghost birds. It's the point I'm trying to make. There ain't no Bigfoot.
You never seen a Bigfoot?
No, hell, there ain't no such thing. It was something to sell T-shirts in the 70s.
What about a Sasquatch?
It's the same thing, ain't it?
Is it? I don't know. I thought you might know the difference.
All I know is $6 million man, and there's a robot. That's just real as it got for me or anybody else. There ain't no Bigfoot out there. There ain't no ghost bird. So when you call something one of these things ghost bird, that puts it out there, perpetuates that kind of foolishness out there. Once the ball gets a rolling, everybody's thinking. Now, granted, a lot of the letters Dr. Birdman received, were asking him about ghosts, and, he might keep it going just so people will keep, sending in money.
If he gets out of jail, he'll find some big bird or some mannequin bird, and he'll throw flour on it and put a sheet and cut two holes for his eyes on it and say, look, it's a ghost bird.
He ain't going to do no such of a thing.
That'll be $30 extra. He'll make people sign a form when they enter. If the ghost bird appears, I will owe $30 extra.
Whatever kind of entertainment he decides to do in the future, I guarantee it'll be worth you and your family's while. So whatever he chooses to do, whatever kind of routine he's going to do, the monkey show, Dr. Birdman's monkey show, or, hurt bird, whatever it is.
What happened to that monkey?
I don't know who's looking at. That's another reason to contact Jimmy.
Oh, you think Jimmy got the monkey?
I don't know. Don't nobody know. Just Jimmy, if it out there. The police need a statement, and just, people, Dr. Birdman, if he's got some questions, I'm sure.
So that's Dr. Birdman?
I'll say it. That's Dr. Birdman, currently down at Coley's. They're holding him at Coley's prison. As far as I know, he's just in the holding cell. Everybody there knows he's innocent, and he hasn't gone to trial yet, so he's doing okay in there. They ain't got him in the room ripping up Bibles and putting Bible pages, putting them in bags yet. Although I'm sure he'd volunteer to do that,
What'd they call that prison before Coley's bought the naming rights?
I can't remember.
Yeah, it's always, to me, it seems like it's always been Coley's.
It's because that's where Coley's had the prison working. Yeah, but
probably
they changed.
The most famous prison in the world.
Well,
Folsom Prison, maybe.
Folsom, Alcatraz ain't open no more. People still to it.
Yeah.
Empty building. People say there's ghosts out there. People crazy. They gonna say things like that. There ain't no ghost bird. Ain't no ghost on Alcatraz. Ain't nothing like that. So Dr. Birdman, keep sending letters of support. Dig deep in your pockets, or dig as deep as you can, even if that's just slightly. Get what you can out of there. Put in the envelope, send it to old Dr. Birdman care, Coley's prison. Do not, I repeat, do not send it to Don Podge. Nothing against Don Podge. Dr. Birdman just told me to make sure not to send it, even though that's his legal representation. Don't send it to him. Send it to Dr. Birdman directly in prison.
Jackie, my sponsor this week is Sullivan's Auto Parts and McKinley Air Conditioning.
What?
Sales, repair, stay cool this summer with McKinley.
I've had enough of all this.
They had their Peace Summit. Folks, let me give you a little backstory on this. See how fast I can do this. Sullivan's Auto Parts was a sponsor on this show, and McKinley's Air Conditioning was a sponsor on this show. And Jackie opened up his big mouth and stirred up some bad blood.
I didn't say anything. Whatever the problems they had ain't got nothing to do with me. I said that's the reason I ain't got nothing to do with them now. If they going to go over to Jackie's, try to work whatever out, that's fine. It ain't got nothing to do with me. And that ain't the reason they're over there. If they're out there bad-mouthing me, to hell with both of them. I don't want to have anything to do with either one of them. They were both fine establishments. I thought you could have if you needed your car worked on, need something for your car, you go there. If you need your washing machine, air conditioner.
Why? It's not. It's air conditioning.
I get the two mixed up.
You get air conditioning and washing machines mixed up?
Big appliance things like that, you go to Sears. What are you going to Sears for? Fix your washing machine and get there. Either, I'm just saying. I just get them mixed up.
Refrigerators or
all those things to me.
Freezers.
They do different things, but they just, when it comes out of my mouth, they say like the same thing. So what I'm saying is, both are fine. Everybody needs one of the two, but you're saying, no, you can only go to one or the other because they're enemies, this and that, and it's because of me, and that's a bunch of bull.
Well, they was enemies because McKinley had found a photograph of Sullivan, allegedly Sullivan, he couldn't really see the face, but he had his hand around a boob.
All right, I don't need to hear it. It ain't nobody's business. Nobody cares about it. I don't. Are they your sponsor? If they are your real sponsors, just say their name and what they do, and don't say any of this.
McKinley said it was his cousin Lynette's boob. Her husband was in the wheelchair Olympics, and it looked like Sullivan was fooling around with her.
Enough.
And it just turned into a thing, but they sort of made their peace with it. Then Jackie got on here saying they were best of friends.
I never said no such thing. I said I saw them both eating in the store. That's all I saw. They sat down, they were talking to each other, eating barbecue sandwiches. I don't know if that was the first time. I don't know if that's the 100th time. But they looked like they were laughing and jovial. That's all I said. I didn't say they was best friends. Quit putting words in my mouth.
Well, things have heated up, and now the whole town is torn down the middle. Murfreesboro citizens here in town have signs in their yard like election signs, only they don't say vote Sullivan, vote McKinley. They just say Sullivan and McKinley. Are you Team Sullivan? Are you Team McKinley? The debates have caused several fish
This town
fights.
gets silly. They're saying there's a ghost bird, and just about, I'm serious, wherever you driving here, they either got a McKinley or a Sullivan sign in the yard over this nonsense.
It does seem like there's a lot of stuff going on, and people are on edge. I don't know if it's just the state of the world or if it's just
The whole world's messing up, but why not focus on those problems, mainly Obama, as opposed to whether McKinley and Sullivan get along? I don't see why I don't care whether they get along or don't like each other. They get on with their lives, whatever.
Well,
I don't need to be involved in it. I ain't going to put no sign out in my yard saying either one of the names.
Well, I said last week they was going to have a peace summit at Jickey's, who recently started selling barbecue, and he took out the gas pumps and put in a playground for kids. Jackie was upset about that.
And it's because of barbecue is what I was upset. He can put whatever he wants in there, but he's serving barbecue. He knows that's what I do. He ain't but on the other side of Longhorns over there.
Longhorns dancing parlor.
Yeah.
Got a lot of balls to keep in the air here. So Sullivan and McKinley had their peace summit down at Jickey's Barbecue. They could not really – they tried to they called it a ceasefire, but nobody's really been shooting at anybody yet. There were so many children there, they couldn't – just the screams. They were eating outside. Jickey was there. Everybody said the barbecue was great. Best barbecue they ever had. This summit is they're already referring to it in the press as the Delicious Barbecue Summit.
Enough. I don't care how delicious it is.
But with the children screaming and running around on that playground, neither one of them could hear anything, and the kids would run up and grab them by the leg. And say,
that's what you get for building
I'm
that.
Team Sullivan.
You put monkey bars and slides and all that out there. That's what all the kids are going to be there. It's backfired on him. That's what I knew. He said he was thinking, I'll put this in, and Mom and Daddy get a break. But no, he just got a bunch of them. Instead of two screaming at you, take them somewhere where you got 25, 30 of them screaming.
Well, they both accused each other of saying they weren't taking it serious. They were using these kids as shields.
What?
It's like noise shields.
Noise shields?
I don't know. It was in the heat of the moment. I'm not sure
what?
If they knew what they were talking about. And so what they decided to do, they collected themselves. There was a brief shoving match. And there was a point where Sullivan was chasing McKinley around the playground, and there was a monkey bar chase where they both actually did the monkey bar thing. They went hand to hand on the monkey bars, which was cool, but no reason for it. They were just showing off, really. And they said, you know what? That was fun, but we are not making any peace progress. So Jickey apologized, and what they want to do now, Jackie, I
don't care what Jickey did. I don't need to hear about any goings-on with Jickey from here on out the rest of my damn life.
They're serious about peace because they see how it's affecting the town. And now all they want to do is have a peace summit somewhere where there's no one else around, and they thought about your store.
Oh, hell. They ain't coming in here.
Now, all you would have to have in here, Jackie, is Sullivan, McKinley.
Nope.
Lynette and her boob.
Oh, hell.
Her wheelchair husband.
No.
Jickey.
No, Jickey's never coming in here.
And they got to call in to John Kerry.
John.
He's not gotten back to him.
I don't want John Kerry in here. I don't want any of them in here.
If this is for peace, Jackie.
I don't give a damn about after what they said about me and run me down. They can do whatever.
It is sort of your fault. And
it ain't my fault.
They said they keep calling you to ask you themselves.
Well, that's another thing. Don't call up 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning.
They work a lot, and that's just the first free time they have. So
well,
they said they've been calling you 3 or 4.
I pull the cord out between hours of 9 o'clock till I get up in the morning, 7.
You are not. That's a. How many hours a night is that you sleep?
I don't necessarily sleep at all.
That's 10 hours of sleep you're getting.
Well, I'm getting up in that age. I need my sleep if I want to keep going.
Are you taking sleeping pills? Or
No,
something?
I don't take no damn sleeping pills.
That's just 10 hours a night.
Well, that's when
well
the
rested.
phone,
and
whether I'm sleeping or not, that's when the phone ain't ringing off a damn hook with one of them. I don't care. I'm through with them. They run my mouth. I don't run my mouth about them. I just said what I saw. They run their mouth tearing me down.
Well, they said they figured you were up watching the Rockford Files anyway, but I said he just puts that on to go sleep on Netflix. And
I like TV on when I lay down to rest. I'll go back and finish it if I fall asleep in the middle, if it's a good one.
So we're going to have the Peace Summit here at Jackie's Market.
No, you're not. No, none of them are coming in here. And ain't no peace in this store. No.
There's fights breaking out on the street corners. There's yelling. There's egging of houses if they've got the wrong sign in their yard. Most of that's me. Man, really,
well,
the sign is secondary.
It's not my responsibility. If it's them two, they got everybody so riled up, and they need to go out there and tell people to calm down. It ain't my responsibility.
Jackie hates peace, everybody.
Well,
so if Israel
I don't want them in my store,
and Hamas came to you and said, "Can we have a peace summit in your store?"
I ain't gonna have no Hamas in my store. I don't have no terrorists in the store.
Not even for peace.
Not for terrorists. Don't believe in it.
So you wouldn't have, if you could solve the Middle East crisis, you would not have Hamas and Netanyahu,
no,
and John Kerry,
no,
and Obama,
hell no,
in your store.
No,
if you could fix Israel and Palestine and bombings and all that.
Israel's fine. Israel's fine on its own. Don't need my help. They're doing what they need to do. If it's fighting terrorism's bad. That's it. I don't care how many children die. If they have to kill every last child alive on the world, so be it. If they can get rid of terrorism, that's fine with me.
Well, thanks, John Voight. So you're saying if Israel, let me get this straight. You're not saying if Israel has to kill all the Palestinian children. You're saying every child in the world.
I don't mean that. No, and they ain't going to do that.
Swedish.
I'm just
British.
I'm saying there's sacrifices that need to be made in order to defeat terrorism. That was you. I was just using
little brown sacrifices.
That's just a figure of speech. I don't mean them to go around slaughtering children everywhere. I'm just saying if a terrorist has children, he shouldn't have children. If he don't want them blown up, he's blowing up stuff half the time.
Well, that sounds like damn old Nazi. Tell you who can have. There's a word for it. I can't think of it. Where you can't have kids. Well, we'll cut your nuts off, and you can't have kids.
I didn't say any of that. I'm just saying. Well, there'd be less children getting blown up if that was the case.
Well, yeah, less children in the world equals less children getting blown up.
Well,
so you think
whose fault is what I'm saying? And
I don't know. People like to fuck.
Enough.
Hamas. It don't matter who you are, Hamas, priests. That's the key to understanding the world right there. People like to have sex.
All right, I don't want to.
They're going to have kids.
I don't need to hear about it.
If you tell them they can't have sex, they're going to grab a kid and pull them into a church closet. That's what happens. I think I'm getting sidetracked.
I don't want to hear about this.
I just tried to walk back, Jackie saying Israel should kill all the children of the world.
I didn't.
That's anti-Semitic.
It's a figure of speech, ain't?
That sounds like Hitler right there. The Jews won't kill all the children of the world.
I didn't say it. No
Red
such
and
thing.
yellow, black or white. All the Jews want to kill all the children of the world.
All right, enough.
I don't know how that song goes exactly.
There ain't no song like that, and don't put words in my mouth.
You never went to anti-Semitic vacation Bible school?
No, I'm making it's a figure of speech. Some children have to die for the big picture, not all the children. All the children.
Just a few of the ones we don't like.
To stop terrorism. If you let terrorism keep going, then there'll be 9/11 every day. How many people die, women, men, and children?
9/11 every day. We'd run out of buildings.
I did find something to blow up.
Well, eventually, if you have 9/11 every day, you just blowing up yesterday's holes.
Well, they'd blow up people. They'd be hurting people, however, whether it's building a house or cave or whatever. It don't matter. Terrorism, trying to start terrorism, it needs to be stopped.
Terrorism does need to be stopped, Jackie.
Yes, sir. And Hamas is these terrorists is what they are.
Did you start to call them terrorisms? Because I like that word.
No, I just said it, terrorist.
Terrorism
Hamas
sounds like
is terrorist country, and you can't. It's horrible what's happening. I know us children hadn't grown up to be terrorists just yet, so maybe you're doing those children a favor.
Yeah, Minority Report. Get them before they make a choice to do something bad.
Didn't say you. I'd put them out of the misery.
Half
the time, a terrorist put a bomb on himself and go somewhere, blow his own self up as well as killing everybody else. They're crazy. Terrorists is crazy.
Well,
that's what I'm saying. I don't mean to kill all.
I think we can agree that terrorists are crazy, or sometimes maybe they're freedom fighters. What was damn old Benjamin Franklin?
What?
Terrorist?
Oh, hell.
Freedom fighter?
He wasn't no
pervert.
Hey, scientist, he's smart, and he wrote all them books. He discovered lightning.
And kites. He made the first kite.
He made the very first kite.
Not those Chinese kites, but a regular
Like a
one.
regular. Yeah, like over here.
Well, this has been a good debate, Jackie. I think
I'm not saying I know everything or how to resolve it. I'm just saying there can't be terrorists, period. And if you got to blow them all up, it's a crying shame. I don't want, children to get blown up any more than anybody else. If my words were taken wrong, I want to make sure it's clear. I don't like it when no kind of children die. Red, yellow, black, or white, they're precious in my sight as well as the Lord's, and I don't think children need to. See, that's how the song goes. I remember I went to church years ago. But these, when war happens, people die. And if you got to fight the war to get terrorism done with, then so be it.
Wait, didn't Obama just say that?
What?
What you just said.
What do you mean what I just said?
Didn't Obama just say people die in wars?
Oh, hell. He that bright? Did he figure that out on his own?
You just said the same thing Obama said. You and Obama on the same page.
If you can hold your hand in front of your face and count 5 fingers, then that's the same thing. It don't make everybody knows that people die in wars. Ain't nothing to that.
He didn't say children need to die in wars.
Well, they do. See, he's trying to sugarcoat it. Is what he's doing.
Well,
he's trying to.
Know if it was that much sugar he put on there, but yours is like.
But anybody got any sense knows to say that. I'm surprised he even said it. I don't listen to what he says, number one. But everybody knows people die in wars. I ain't on his side with that.
That was Obama that said that, right?
I don't know. I don't listen to him. And one thing he needs to say that he don't say is like, people die in wars, but hopefully it's the enemy. He should have followed it with that if he didn't say that.
So that's the Sullivan-McKinley Peace Summit coming soon to Jackie Bro's
It ain't
store.
coming here. None of them are coming here.
With special guest stars Lynette and her boob, her wheelchair husband.
I don't.
Maybe John Kerry.
No.
And starring Jicky as himself at Jackie's store.
No.
He said he's going to bring his own barbecue so you can
have some. He better not step foot in the parking lot. If he gets that close, it's too close. That is over. That friendship is long gone. He used to be fine. He going to rip me off. He did tear my heart out. I ain't going to have nothing to do with no Jicky no more.
He said if you wouldn't let him come through, they just come in through the tunnels.
What?
He got that tunnel system.
Oh. Tell them all to go Jockeys. That's where they belong, all of them. Send them to Jockeys for their
Nobody wants to go to Jockeys. If they can't have it here, they're going to have it down in Jockey's bunker, and they all think it's pretentious down there. With the
pretentious? I don't care what they think it is.
In the classical music piped in, Jockey's bunker it's really just nobody. You can never get comfortable. Everybody's putting on airs, and you have to dress up. So nobody wants to go to Jockey's bunker to have a peace summit. They want to do it down here.
No.
Now, there are
They do it out in the road before they do it here. They ain't doing it here. It ain't happening here. None of them coming in here. That's it. Done.
So that's the Sullivan McKinley Peace Summit here at Jackie's
No,
store.
it ain't here at this store.
We'll
Quit saying
update you.
that.
We'll let you know how things, hopefully, there'll be a ceasefire, so to speak, and we'll be able to get back to the peaceful, calm, bucolic Murfreesboro.
Well,
of
I want
yesteryear.
that. I would like that to happen, but to hell with both of them. No, they ain't coming here.
Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey, Jackie Bros.
Hey, it's Dunlap, folks. I just want a quick update here. During the theme song, I looked it up on my phone. It was not Obama that said people die in wars. It was Bill Maher.
Well,
Got them mixed up.
same thing. Godless heathens.
So
You smoke
Jackie,
marijuana, do drugs.
he's over here agreeing with Bill Maher.
No, anybody knows it.
I don't
People
know if
die in
that's-
wars. That's the easiest thing in the world. Everybody knows that. War. Name a war where nobody dies. If that was it'd be something to say that was unique if that weren't the case. But people die in wars. There's nothing. Everybody knows that. It don't matter who says it.
Well, it was Bill Maher, Jackie's best friend. I
Oh
guess,
hell, he ain't.
and spiritual advisor.
No,
Bill Maher. Is
No.
I don't know if that's better or worse than Obama.
it's the same thing as far as I'm concerned. And no, all that you say is a bunch of bull.
But if you people are, I know some people do a Red State Update podcast comprehension quiz that we
What?
post up on our Tumblr.
What?
And if you're taking that, the answer to who said people die in wars for this episode is not Obama, it's Bill Maher. So we're going to have to change that in the answer key. But just want to let everybody know Bill Maher and Jackie kiss.
No, it's a bunch of bull, and you know it.
Ebola.
Yeah.
Ebola outbreak, Jackie.
It's terrible. It's happening down in Africa.
Africa, they bringing them back over here.
Well, I know.
They bringing them here to Atlanta. Just down the road.
I know. That's,
Ebola hop on a semi-truck, come up I-24. Before you know it, Jackie, your skin's eating itself or whatever happens.
I don't know. It's terrible. Whatever it is, it's awful. I know that much. Ebola, you say that word, and you just think of the worst stuff because that's what it is.
You think Obama's behind this?
I
You tell me if this doesn't sound like Obama. You do what I say, or I'll give you Ebola.
yeah.
Hell, even Ebola sounds like Obama.
Yeah. Ebola Obama. Yeah.
Ebola Obama.
Yeah. It sound like one word almost.
Ebola Obama.
Ebola Obama.
It's like it sounds like another language
Yeah.
where you would,
The new language you're going to have to speak if you left living in this country after a while.
if your skin is still on your head and you're not in a FEMA camp, when you'll greet people with the traditional how you doing of Ebola Obama.
Ebola Obama.
And then the salute.
It's like, yeah, whatever that is, it'll be something.
Ebola Obama.
Ebola
FEMA.
Obama. Pitiful. I don't put it past him. That's all I say. Everybody comes up with all these crazy things he did. You know, if it could be just a chance of him doing some of that, something's fishy with him. Something ain't right.
The problem with people is they concentrate too much on the past. Where's his college records? Where was he born? Where's his birth certificate? He's Malcolm X's son. Hey, there was a Manchurian candidate plot to get him into the White House.
Yeah.
all this bull hockey, you're not concentrating enough on the future, what he could possibly do.
Yeah.
And what
the past is the past. Can't do nothing about that.
Can't change that.
Yeah, you can't change it.
Can't change the past. You can't invent a time machine.
No, and go back there and take him over from Kenya to here to there, wherever they, smuggled him.
That's done.
Yeah.
But what you can do is think about how he's going to create Ebola guns that will shoot you in the face with the disease.
I agree something needs to be done, but when he's in the position of the most powerful man on the earth, then it's hard, It's hard to go up against him, and most people just go, well, hell, what's the point? And I'll be honest, I do that every now and then. I think, well, the world's gone to hell in a handbasket. Nothing I can do about it.
Well, you could keep the Ebola people out of the country.
Nobody asked me. Nobody came in here and said, Jackie, I got this fella over in Africa, got Ebola. Can I bring him over here? I say, hell no.
Nobody asked you?
Nobody asked me. I'm making a point.
When
no.
you unplug your phone, they could have called.
No, didn't nobody call me about Ebola virus. I'm just saying.
Would you have thought about it at all?
No. I'm sorry that they got it, but if they come over here and give it to everybody, it's crazy. One person ain't worth the whole country.
Well, Donald Trump.
I tell you who they did call they didn't call Donald Trump. They had to call Obama. And he said, sure, get him over here. Where do you want us to put him? Put him in Atlanta. Don't tell me he didn't say that.
Atlanta, the strip club capital of America.
Well, that ain't got nothing to do with it.
Which, to me, is insult to injury. At least put them somewhere where there ain't no good strip clubs like Salt Lake City. Are there good strip clubs in Salt Lake City? Do we have any listeners in Utah? Is this podcast even legal there? Somebody let me know. Best strip club in Salt Lake City.
I don't care what it is. I ain't nobody going to no strip
coupon to get half off the door. So, Salt Lake City strip clubs. I need to know about that. And
the point is, regardless Salt Lake City or Atlanta, wherever, the point is when you start bringing Ebola people over, then the floodgate's going to open. It's
like the kids on the border.
Well, and not in so many words, but yeah, I guess you could look at it that way if you wanted to. But once you let one Ebola in, then everybody with Ebola are going to be saying, Obama, let me in. I need to come away.
Are we just going to call it Ebola now?
It's fine to me, Ebola. Ebola. No, Ebola.
Or Ebama.
Ebama. It's whatever it is, it's awful.
Obolama.
What?
I don't know. Donald Trump.
Yeah.
As I was saying earlier, he says keep him out of this country too, Jackie.
Well.
He says the U.S. has enough problems.
He said mouthful there.
I'll agree with him on that.
Yeah, absolutely, right on that.
I'm not saying for sure 100% we shouldn't help Ebola people, but I will agree that we got plenty of stuff.
Enough.
There's stuff going on over here.
Yeah.
And if you're like, can you help this Ebola person? You'd be like, there's a lot I'm dealing with right now. That doesn't mean I'm anti-Ebola people. It's just I've got to take – if somebody came to the average person in this country right now and said, can you help this Ebola person? You'd be like, I got to take the kids to soccer, and I'm behind. I'm working a double shift at work because I'm behind on the light bill, and the washing machine went out, and I got to get that, and Mama's having her leg looked at. I don't know if I can. Them kittens out back, I got to do something about them, and the damn – people got a lot on their mind.
Yes, I know. It's like when a homeless person comes up to you. Now, it's pitiful. I let as many homeless people sweep up the parking lot and give them bologna sandwich as I can. But on the, third or fourth, I'm running out of bologna for the day. And I got to tell them, I'm sorry I can't help. I got to send you away. if you want to sweep up parking lot and get a bologna sandwich, you got to get here early. Now, that's different than Ebola, Obama, whatever you want to call it, because it don't matter what time they come here. They still got it.
You're dead.
Yeah.
You're doomed.
And you're going to get everybody else sick. Good.
Is that why I drive by here going home from the club at like 5, 6 in the morning, there's a line of 20, 30 homeless people with holding brooms out in front of your store?
There ain't that many of them, but just, they know. First, it's like an early bird gets a worm. It's an early homeless man gets a bologna sandwich, as far as Jackie's concerned.
Can you say that again? Because I'm just thinking it'd make a great T-shirt.
What?
Early homeless man gets a bologna sandwich, as far as Jackie's concerned. That's a bumper sticker.
Well,
but homeless women.
I ain't saying it for that reason, but that's fine. If you want to put on a T-shirt, that's fine, because that's my belief, yeah. But
homeless women can get the bologna sandwich, too, if they sweep.
Well, I said homeless. Did I say homeless man?
I don't know.
Homeless person.
I want to get it right. Okay, the early homeless person gets a bologna sandwich, as far as Jackie's concerned.
Yeah, well.
That's a meme.
Well, whatever it is, it's true. I'm just saying that's just, that's a fact of life,
That's true. And this country's running out of bologna when Ebola needs a sandwich.
What?
We can't do everything.
We can't. So I'm saying, if it was up to me, I could just wave a magic wand and give all the homeless people their own house and their own bologna and their own parking lot to sweep up. That's what I would do. But I can't help everybody. If everybody throw Ebola, if I could just wave my magic wand or whatever, and they don't have it no more, I bet that ain't the case. There's only so much you can do, and right now America has its hands full.
Full of bologna.
Trying to get bologna. That's
trying to
your
get
hands full, just trying to get
a broom.
Yeah, there you go.
Trying to get bologna.
That's it.
Who has a bologna in this?
Well,
America
at my
wants?
store, I got bologna. I don't know
in
you
your
trying
store
to
you
say.
do.
I got bologna here, and I can't run. I got to have some every
It's
now and
talking
then.
about good bologna. You slice off a big loaf, thick chunks,
thick
eat it
chunk
with
of
some
bologna.
saltines.
Well, I go a little.
You put it on bread for them.
But the gauge goes. I'm saying I move it a little thinner for them.
Oh. Yeah.
But it's still. I mean, it's free, but when it's not free, they swept the parking lot.
But I will say that because now that all the homeless people come here to sweep up parking lots and get bologna sandwiches, you have a lot of homeless people hanging around. And that's what's going to happen with the Ebola people.
Well,
now that the door's been open. But that's assuming that this is what Obama really wants, and that's to help these Ebola people stay alive until they don't have Ebola anymore. But I think he's going to study it and weaponize it.
Well, I wouldn't put it past him.
We'll all be his captives.
Well, no, not captives so much as sick.
Well, if we don't do what he says.
Yeah, I will give you, I'm going to give you Ebola if you don't do this or that, yeah.
Has anybody, we need to call Don Podge, because I wonder if anybody's looked up to see if these FEMA camps are set up for Ebola patients.
I wouldn't be surprised. There probably got to be something for it.
Well, I tell you what, if he does do that, if he makes an address and he says, America, I am all powerful now. If you do not follow my every command, I will shoot you with my Ebola guns. Good night, and God bless America. If he says that, John Boehner just sue him.
Yep.
Now, that's impeachable.
That right there, if he said that, you should be impeachable. That's as bad as it gets. If you tell the American public that you're going to give them Ebola, then you should be taken out. I mean, that's a sure sign to get him out of office. Now, has Obama said something that stupid thus far during his, term and a half or how long it is? Too long?
No, he keeps it to himself, his thoughts. He's smart.
Well, the point I'm making, he said some dumb things. He certainly has. Corpsemen.
What was that?
He said corpsemen. Supposed to be corpsmen.
Was he talking about zombies? Ebola zombies
No,
in Atlanta?
he was
Walking
talking
Dead?
about, he was at something, he was, military thing said corpse men, not corpsmen like you're supposed to. He don't even know how to talk. Said one time he said, when he was running, said there was 50, how many states? 52 states, 57? Don't know. People
That
used
one
to.
never gets old.
Yeah, that's funny. I mean, that's what, y'all used to pick on Bush, but Bush didn't just say lies like that, because that's not true.
It was comical mispronunciation.
Funny, he would say words that don't exist even.
Like damn old Foster Brooks, except he wasn't drunk.
No, he wasn't drunk. He give that up years ago. He come to God, which Foster Brooks should have done.
Well, I think that was an act. I don't know that he was.
I about to say if he did turn to God, it wouldn't be funny no more.
No. But, we'd get to go to heaven, so
Either way, yeah, you funny or not, if you want to go up to glory, you got to.
And once you get to heaven, then maybe you can start doing is that make everybody laugh up there. Like, brr, brr.
I don't know if angels think that funny or not. I don't know.
I don't know if angels have much of a sense of humor. So, Obama.
Ebola.
If they did impeach him for Ebola, like that, to me, I know it'd still be a question, because if he's like, I'm going to give everybody Ebola if they don't follow my commands, then people would say, well, we should impeach him. But then the Democrats would say, oh, you're going to impeach him? We're going to make a lot of money off this. You trying to impeach him.
Well, now let me say what the Republican Party's doing now. Now, I'm ashamed of the Republican Party right now, because they either got to, I ain't going to say the word, you got to go to the bathroom or get off the pot. You can't sit there and say, well,
Why? I don't understand that saying, because sometimes I just like to go in there and hunker down with a good book.
All right, it ain't got nothing to do with that. I just saying you got to do it or don't
the Left
do it.
Behind series, hilarious.
Whatever it is, they go, oh, well, he needs to be impeached. And then they go, oh, we ain't going to impeach him. But then why'd you just make a decision? Democrats are able to raise money right now because the Republican Party won't say what the hell they're going to do. If you're going to impeach him, impeach him. If you ain't, you ain't. Don't sit there and half of you say this and half of you say that. The Republican Party can't even talk to itself no more.
Well, they're suing him, Jackie. I mean,
well, they are suing him, but I mean,
that'll be good.
That I won't see that happen. He deserves to be sued. But I don't think they ever said. I mean, they did it. That's what they did. They said we're going to sue him, and they sued him. When they say we're going to impeach him, and then say no, we're not going to impeach him, and then yes, we're not. Then nothing gets done.
Well, they're saying like, we're not even talking about impeaching him, and then some other people say, time to impeach him.
That's what it don't make any sense.
And then they say the Democrats are saying that we're saying impeach. And
well,
we're
of
not
course
saying impeach.
I never said impeach, even though you probably should. I never said it out loud. Now, them down there, if they'd have just said it in chambers and said, we got to figure out a way to impeach this fella. Let's just keep a mouth shut and wait till he messes up. But see, now, it's already out there. So even if he does come and say Ebola this or whatever crazy thing he says, they done mess it up.
So now he has a license to throw us all in makeshift prisons.
Well, I wouldn't put it past him. I'll say it one more time. But the Republican Party needs to figure out what the hell it's going to do. You can't sit there and argue with yourself all the time. We got to argue with the Democrats. We can't argue with ourselves. We all need to get together and do something. And these Tea parties don't want to do this, and the Republicans don't want to do that. They need to split off, make two different parties in. Yeah, we would lose a few to begin with, but in the long haul,
who would you vote for?
What do you mean?
Would you vote Tea Party or would you vote Republican?
Well, it depends on the candidate. If a Republican was John McCain, I'd have some trouble doing it. If a Republican was Mitt Romney, I'd have some trouble just doing it. I would do it against Obama, but if I had to pick between, they ain't run nobody. I always said Chris Christie would have been good. Then the bridge thing happened. He ruined that. If he tries to run, that's all they're going to talk about, and they already wore it out already once. I don't want to hear it again.
What about you Ted Cruz's or you damn old governor
well,
of Texas,
Ted Cruz beat
Rick Perry?
Tea Party. He'd beat Tea Party there. Who was he running against? If I got to pick between Ted Cruz and who's the other one?
Let's say Ted Cruz versus Bobby Jindal.
I like little Bobby Jindal. He always seems nice.
See, I can't figure out would he go Tea Party. He'd stay Republican.
He'd stay Republican, I think. Because, see, Tea Party, whether it's true or not, and I ain't talking bad, you got a reputation already because some of you dress up in crazy, weird outfits.
You never going to let that go.
Well, when people see that, they go, that is crazy as hell. So they got a reputation for being crazy. Now, I ain't saying all of them are. I wouldn't say that. Some of them, sure. There's some Republicans crazy. There's a whole hell of a lot of Democrats that are crazy. I'd say more than 85% of them. So even though we got crazy people on our side, it's filtered out with some common sense. But we can't spend time arguing with all crazy people. We need to be arguing with all the crazy Democrats. Until the Republicans can get on board, I don't know what the hell they're gonna do.
Speaking of Tea Party people.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend, Sarah Palin, come out with probably one of the smartest things she's ever done, Sarah Palin channel. $10 a month, Jackie. You get access to the Sarah Palin videos, bloopers.
Bloopers, that's funny.
Behind the scenes.
Her and the family out in the snow and stuff like that.
I think a cartoon. Cartoon. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It doesn't look like that much stuff, but yeah, out in the snow, maybe
$10 a month.
$10 a month.
Now, I see people say that she's crazy, but look at that. That's the smartest thing I ever heard anybody doing right there.
Crazy all the way to the Alaska Bank.
Yeah. So they go ahead and just start putting on your checks just right to Alaska. Drop it in a box.
Now,
that's where it's all going.
She's real smart. I wonder how much, if we started Red State Update Channel, it's also a good name. We
did that already. We had that on it was Red State Update. People watched it.
Glenn Beck started his channel, called it The Blaze. She didn't go for any fancy title or branding.
You don't need any of that. Why waste time? Just call it Sarah Palin channel.
Special fonts, just kind of slapped together, just Sarah Palin channel.
Put up a camera and sit there and talk all day. People pay for it. Smart as a whip.
Kind of like a sex cam girl.
Hey.
Starting off sounding sexist, but what I was going to go is not just because she's a woman, although, some people probably would jack it to her.
All right, I'm not going to listen to this.
But what I'm saying is you don't have to go all high-tech with this. You could just be like a politics cam girl or person. You just get on there and you got your webcam set up and you're laying on a bed and people go like, I want to hear something to reassure me and my political views. And, you get your credit card out, and then there's some wonk in a suit saying, look, we can't let any more immigrants in here. This country can't. And, people are like, yep, thank you. Now I can go. Now I feel better about myself. Or they jerk it off.
All right.
If you wanted to add sex into it and have a bunch of sexy cam girls.
I don't want to add nothing to it. Don't say that.
And you'd be like, you know what? I don't know what do you think about impeachment? Is it time to talk about that? And she'd be like, yeah, I think, and you can get off and get your views reaffirmed and go about your day. That's a pretty good idea. But you don't have to add sex into it. You could just have like political reporters.
I don't want to hear nothing about paying for no sex. We got people do enough of that already. That's pitiful. Sarah Palin ain't that. Don't call her that. That's what you're doing. You being sexist.
I didn't mean
right
to
there.
start off. I did go down. It started off kind of sexist.
Well, that's what it sounded like to me.
I was not comparing Sarah Palin to a cam girl. I was excited by the opportunities of using cam girl technology in the political arena.
Well, if you want to hear all that for free, you can just watch Fox now. But it's different people. If you like Sarah Palin better and Gretchen Carlson.
With a cam girl, you feel like they're talking just to you and
it seems
20
like
other men.
Especially after you give $10, you feel like you're getting what you paid for. That's what.
Now,
Fox,
if I could get Megyn Kelly in a room on a computer just talking to me and a few other guys, and she's telling me the news of the day, I'd probably pay $30, $40, $60 plus tip for that.
Well,
Without sex coming into it.
I know that it shouldn't be coming into it. It ain't got nothing to do with that.
Now, if we want to bring sex into it,
No,
I would probably
no,
pay $200,
we don't want to
$300.
bring. We don't want to bring any into it. Sarah Palin ain't doing that. If she just getting on there talking, I'm sure. Only time can you buy just like if you don't get it for the whole year, can you just watch some of it?
Can you go month to month? I'm not sure.
Well, because I know around Christmas time I'd enjoy it.
When she does her big Christmas special.
Yeah, well, I mean, up in Alaska, it's Christmas all the time up there because snow
It's
and
not
reindeer.
the North Pole.
No, but it's close, close to it.
It's close in
Yeah.
proximity to
Yeah,
it.
so it seems like Christmas all the time. I think she got a tree up all year round. That's what I heard.
It's like those Christmas stores in the weird malls. It's Sarah Palin's house.
Well, yeah, it looks, I don't know about Weird Mile, but yeah, it looks festive and Christmas on a regular basis up there at the Palin household. We can all agree on that.
They're always wearing sweaters and making chili.
Yeah, so like when Christmas time actually does roll around, it's going to be
Kind of a
something else.
letdown.
Well, no, that's when I want to see it. No, she can be doubled, too,
whole hog.
Right, she'll be reading from a book, probably write another Christmas book.
Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Come visit.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be surprised, yeah. I mean, they do that for the children, yeah.
How much do you think people would give us for the Red State Update channel? How much, folks, would you pay monthly for Red State Update channel?
Well, does she do something every day? Wait a minute. I don't want to have to do something every day. If you pay her, how much do you watch a day? Is it something new every day or just on the weekend? Or what? I don't know. How's it work?
I don't know. We're going to have to pony up our money, folks.
What?
We're going to have to pay our $10 for the Sarah Palin channel, find out.
Do you get 24 hours of Sarah Palin when you pay for it? Or do you just
I don't think
get
a
an
camera
hour?
follows her around.
Well, what I'm saying, I don't understand. If you pay that much, can I just turn on the Sarah Palin channel anytime I want all day long and something going to be on there like Fox News, CNN, or whatever?
Yeah, I think they got a few videos you click on and watch.
But nobody else can watch it. So it's just like basically 10 minutes of Sarah Palin for how much a day?
Well, $10 a month, so, less than I'm not good at math, but I'd say cents, a handful of change a day.
Well, yeah, nobody's going to pay that for us, no. Then if that's what it is, then no, nobody's going to do that. And I ain't going to have a camera on me 24 hours a day. I ain't going to do it. I don't care how much you pay me. Number one, ain't nobody going to pay you nothing. But even if I did, I wouldn't take it.
Well, the first thing I'd do if we had Red State Update channel was I'd get on there and be Dunlap Cam Girl, and it'd just be
All
me
right.
laying back on the bed.
No.
I'm not saying it's going to get sexual.
Enough.
But it will be sexy.
I don't want to hear any of it. First thing,
I'm saying I don't know if it will be sexual.
I don't want
but
to.
But it will be sexy.
Either one. I don't want it. I don't think anybody else does, and no one sure as hell ain't going to pay money for it. If we had a Red State Update channel and somebody paid for it, first thing I'd say was thank you.
We'd have a video of Jackie just thanking you.
I'm glad y'all got money to throw away. Good for you. You're doing in good shape.
He'd say that in 17 different languages.
I would say make sure, you better feel good about yourself. I want to remind you that you're in good shape because a lot of people couldn't afford anything for this. If you got money to throw at this, you're doing all right in this country. And just be thankful. I think that's what the whole thing be about for me. Is like, good for you.
There's people in Africa who ain't got nothing, and now they got Ebola.
That's all they got. Yeah, it's Ebola.
And
if you
heading over here.
And you got probably a nice, I'm assuming, nice house.
No Ebola.
Nice car.
Right.
Those sort of things. Because otherwise you'd be saving your money up to get those things.
Your retirement must be taken care
right.
of.
Because if you got money just to throw down to watch me and you, then you doing all right. Now, all I need to do is get on there and say, you doing good. Good for you. Take a look around you every now and then. I'm glad you look on here at me, but take a look around in the world. Most people wouldn't ever look at me once, let alone pay anything for it. That's probably what Sarah Palin's saying, too, to people pay to look at her.
I'm sure she's giving them a stern talking to for wasting their money. I don't know. She's not Dave Ramsey. She's Sarah Palin.
It's different, yeah. Dave Ramsey would tell you something you can actually do day to day, something to help you.
Cut up your credit cards, read the Bible, deliver pizza.
All those things are great. he tells Sarah Palin basically it's different. Doesn't tell you what to do per se. Just makes you feel good. Whatever it is she says. It's not nothing you can necessarily apply to your life unless it is, like I said, Christmas times. You know what to put on the tree, what not to put on the tree.
How to make cookies.
Yeah, how to make cookies. Where to put 10 Commandments up. You know, make sure it's in the town square. Everybody can see it. You know, don't let them take Christmas from us. Fight, fight, fight. You know, it's a fighting Christmas, and I
feel good.
It makes me feel good. It scared a little bit, but knowing that if we all pull together, we can, you know, stop. You know, the war on Christmas, end it.
They should change the name of the 10 Commandments and make them the Christmas Commandments.
Christmas Commandments. You know, just change them around just a little bit, and then everybody shut up in. People don't even like Santa Claus. People don't like Nativity. But the Christmas Commandments is something that can work. Thou shalt not be a grumpy face during the holidays.
That's a Christmas Commandments.
Yeah.
That'd be a good song.
Well,
we'll work on that. We'll write that up. We'll have it, and we'll debut it on the Red State Update channel.
That's what you need to be asking people to know is how much you'd pay for another Christmas album as opposed to...
How much would you pay for another
Christmas album as opposed to a Red State Update channel? I love sing Christmas songs. I'll start working on that right now. The Christmas Commandments.
That'd be a good song.
That's good. That'd go be first song on the Christmas record.
Christmas. Second, what would we call it? Our first Christmas album, folks. If you don't know, we have a Christmas album.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's listening to this podcast this late into it. But first Christmas album is called Santa is Real. We need a good name for the second Christmas album.
Yeah. We'll come up with something, I guess.
All right. So I guess we covered it all. Impeachment, suing, Ebola, Trump.
Yeah.
Sarah Palin channel.
Yeah.
The Jackie T-shirt. Early homeless person gets the worm. The early homeless what?
Baloney sandwich.
Maybe it wasn't that good. I already forgot it.
All right. It's just a saying. It's just a figure of speech.